All right, guys, I decided to go a little bit early just in case I screwed something up. So if you guys get in here, let me know if you can hear me okay, if everything's good, and we'll just hang out and chat for a little while. Okay, perfect. How you doing today, Paul? We're going to be hanging out doing some Crucible. I've got a couple new tunes at G20 to do some PROF-X testing. We'll record a couple videos while we're in here. And we'll get those posted later on. But we'll hang out for a while, and then I think I'm going to be available for a couple hours. Yeah, absolutely. You need those, brother. I don't know what your schedule is, but I'm off every Wednesday and every Sunday. I've worked pretty much every Saturday for the last 18 years. With the exception of whenever we leave for a week of vacation or something. It'd be crazy to be off on a Saturday. All right. We got a few things. Hey, what's up, Edders? How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well today. You work Monday through Saturday and off on Sunday? Man, that's a lot of hours. I hope you're getting paid well. Let's see. Looks like we've got something to collect in here. Oh. Yeah, I sometimes forget to do that. Is the new job worth it, Paul? If it's worth it, then it makes sense. I've been in the car business forever. So it's just kind of understood in the car business, you work Saturdays. So you do it for long enough and you get used to it, and it's just like any other day. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's right. We got to attack Noel today. Yeah, we might mess around with that in here. We're definitely going to do some Crucible, do some PROF-X stuff, and, anything else you guys want to see. You cleared trial 3? Sweet. Very good. How's everybody weekend in Crucible go? Paul, I know you're 1-1, aren't you? Ah, okay. Very good. Yeah, you're kind of in the car business. Better get in here and do my do some raids. Don't want to get myself in trouble with the boss man. Oh, Noel isn't today? Yeah, this kind of threw me off, the way that they're doing like 2 days for each round. It's kind of messed me up. Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. You can, when the stream's over, you can hit me up on Discord, and I'll see if I can help you out with that at all. Oh, okay. Well, thanks, Edders, because I haven't really been paying that close attention to it. I knew I went into it the second day and there were still 24 hours left, so it kind of threw off my groove with it. But it will be nice to get Noel to 6 stars, because I don't have him at 6 stars yet. Oh, yeah. That's very true. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of the Phoenix orb. What are they? Fiery orbs from that, too. Nice. That's awesome. I switched mine out after the first round. They got destroyed. Of course, I'm going up against some people with some pretty big accursed. Plus, I wanted to play around with them on offense, and we're going to be doing that again. Oh, yeah. What's up, Josh? It's nice to know your actual name. Yeah, that tie, that's crazy. I have never, have any of you guys in here ever had a tie in Crucible? Josh was showing me in Discord, he tied. I think the closest I've ever been in a match is like 8 points. But that was definitely kind of crazy to see a tie. Yeah, I'm very excited to get Omega Red's diamonds. I can't imagine what he's going to hit like with diamonds. He hits like a truck at 7 red. What's this? New war season. Yeah. So we've got 1 day left of this, and then tomorrow we get to attack Noel. All right. And the crazy thing is I've probably watched, like, even before I was streaming, I bet you I watched 3 to 5 streamers every weekend. Did I skip it? I was talking. What's up, Diablo? Oh, well. All right. Looks like, well, for any of you guys that watched the video, we did lose yesterday. Congrats, Diamond Dale, who has a ridiculous level of TCP. 330 mil. I honestly didn't know you could get to 330 mil TCP, but you can. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's take a look and see what we're up against today in CC. Diablo, is your pizza done? All right, pretty much the same thing in room 1. Got Hercules instead of Gladiator, which is kind of good because Phoenix is going to get, or Omega is going to give Hercules taunt, which is going to eliminate his speed up, which is good. Room 2, we're going to be trying Accursed in there on first attempt and see how that goes. Oh, nice, Edders. Sweet. Yeah, there's nothing like live stream, Crucible, and pizza. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, he definitely worked on defense, but it's always a crapshoot because they don't really tell you in the milestone points whether you have to use them on offense or defense. So it's very difficult to tell. So it's definitely a safe bet trying that. Room 3. We'll probably use Illuminati in there. Let's see. We'll probably, yeah. Yeah, we might use Illuminati in 6. We'll see how it goes. We've got plenty to play around with. I mean, I'd use Vigilante in room 6 because I've watched a ton of people beat it, but it seems like every time I use Vigilante into Night Stalkers, they get wrecked. Yeah, how did that work with Quasar in there? I tried it one time. One round I put Quasar in there, and they just walked right over him, so I swapped him out because I really like to have him for offense. All right. Well, I think we're going to get started. And we're going to go ahead and go into this room first because I'm dying to use Accursed again, honestly. Oh, here's a fun thing. Do you call them accursed or accursed? Because I've noticed I say accursed, but most everybody else I hear calls them accursed. So, how do you say it? Do you say it with the ED on the end or without it? Who thinks we're going to one-shot this room? All right. All right, let's get in here. I think we're going to one-shot this room, but you know how that goes. Let's find out. By the way, guys, I appreciate you all joining me. This is my second live stream. It definitely worked a lot better setting it up this time than it did the first time. Okay? Someday we're going to get a turn. And when we do, all right. Well, we're going to go ahead and go after Odin right out of the gate. All right. We're going to go ahead and get Taunt up here. We're definitely not going to be able to get any type of ability block out there, but we're going to go ahead and hit these 3 right here. All right. Just because I love Helverine's attack and he has offense up, we're going to do it in a little bit of slow-mo. Man, he is such a freaking beast. If you don't love Helverine, I don't even know what to say. I really don't know what to say. He is ridiculous. Let's go ahead and get a stun on Professor X. He gone. Yeah. And that's going to do it. Listen, I know a lot of people have been telling me that they're not building a Cursed because they are waiting for the Fantastic Four, and I totally understand that. But if you are competitive in Crucible, you've got to get them built at some point in time because they are awesome. All right, so we got that out of the way. Had we known yesterday what we know now, we easily would have won second round, but you don't know till you know. All right, let's go ahead and go into room 1. It's total RNG every single time I do this battle, but that's okay. We're going to use Liberty. At the very worst, they always at least make an easy cleanup. So even if they end up losing, they usually leave a really easy cleanup. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't watch, well, I did not watch, I think it was Doolam's video today. I saw his title, but I have not had a chance to watch his video yet. But I think it was him, and the video was titled that they need a rework. And, yeah, I don't think they need a rework at all. Maybe, now, to be fair, mine are essentially maxed out, and maybe they're a lot like Starjammers, and they're going to scale as they get bigger. Because, you know, a lot of the streamers had issues with Starjammers and did not like them at all because they had them smaller, but as they built them up, now they all love them because at Diamonds, they're awesome. And that could be the case for a Cursed. Maybe they're not very good when they're smaller. Let's see. I think I want to just go right down the middle here. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way right now. There we go. Okay. All right, he's got 5 vulnerables. Let's see what he can do. He basically did everything besides kill him, and hopefully this will take out Omega. There we go. Hey, they're not flawless, but they get the job done for me about 90% of the time. And the good news is they don't have to get the job done anymore because that's the last time they'll be needed in room 1. Yeah, you know, Paul, that's kind of one of the negatives. Now, you guys all know that follow me that I max out my characters pretty much day 1, you know, with the exception of Diamonds. So I don't play around with them very long at low star levels, but that is kind of an unfortunate thing because I don't get the opportunity to see how they work together when they're smaller. But I do see, and that could be why I have a different point of view a lot of times about the teams and how they're performing than a lot of the other streamers do, because I'm not dealing with them at 3 or 4 red for a long period of time. And they're typically, you know, they're maxed out at 7 red day 1. And usually the way the game's been lately, I've got Diamonds on them within, man, I'm going to say within a week it seems like they're giving us the opportunity to get diamonds now. So it's definitely progressing differently. All right, let's get in here with Cabal, because I haven't decided what I'm going to do in the other rooms yet. Anybody new joining, I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I appreciate you hanging out with me while we knock out some Crucible and do some more testing in Professor-X. We're going to come over here with Songbird, get our crit, which is perfect. Okay. Let's go ahead and stay there with his special. That should get rid of her. Very good. All right, let's go ahead and rewind, everybody. Okay, we're going to use his ultimate so she doesn't dodge it. All right. Kang bang, and hopefully that does it. Perfect. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed when I threw that team in there, but there's a new sheriff in town with G20 on him. Let's see. Yeah, and that's totally understandable, Paul. I know a lot of people think I'm completely insane for what I do with them, and I totally respect everybody's position where they're at in the game and what they see is the best route for them to go, for sure. Oh, yeah. And is that performing pretty well, Edders? Yeah, Josh, I actually, when I do, I don't know if you've seen any of my playtest videos on the characters when they first come out. Whenever I do the video the day they release, I do playtest them at the smaller star levels. And I've really been trying on the newer characters to take them into Professor-X and do the testing on Professor-X with them at lower star levels to give people a better idea. Nice. Yeah, and you know, Edders, I really don't know. I have not seen anybody yet try to do an accursed mirror match. So I really don't even know what somebody would use against accursed Odin, because I have not came across it yet. Oh, let's see. You know, I really don't know. I think we're going to go ahead and... Oh, where's it at? Do I not have them in here somewhere saved? Maybe not. Let's go here. No, guess not. Oh yeah, they're on defense. Okay, let's go in here. I don't really have any idea if this will work, but if some of you guys know, you're probably screaming right now, don't do this, but I've never tried this. Yeah, I think I'm going to be, I do know that they do, but I think I'm going to be using them against the Night Stalkers. I would assume Vigilante will win here, but to be fair, that's only because I love them so much. They might get destroyed. Okay, she's got offense down, so I don't know how well this is going to do. Not fantastic for sure. Okay. Well, I would have loved to have killed Green Goblin, but can't get over to him. Yeah, they're just too big. All right. Not super efficient, but to be honest with you, I think it probably would have hurt my soul to go around without using Vigilante. Don't know if that same team comp, but I did ask the question yesterday for room 1. So you did, Vigilante did work in there for you yesterday, Paul? I meant to ask you how it went. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen anyone, Edders, try to do a mirror match with them, so I really didn't know how that would go. I'm certainly not going to use them as a mirror match. I'm going to be saving them for Professor X and Odin every chance I get. Hey, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to flip my fan on here. All right. It's getting a little warm in here. Okay. So now we're going to... I don't know. I do have Mephisto. I think I might just... Here we go. I might just go crazy in here, and it might... No, you know what? I'm absolutely not going to do that. I'm going to bring in Mephisto with Illuminati, because that bit me yesterday, and it's not going to happen again. Okay. Oops, double-clicked. All right, let's get rid of that. Yeah, Edder's BTS absolutely does work, but I have him at level 1. I have not been in the game long enough to ever have a need to use him, so he's still sitting at level 1 for me. And let's go ahead and use his basic there. Big time Spider-Man, Paul. All right. Let's go ahead and get Safeguard up. Okay, very good. We're going to go ahead and stun Scientist Supreme so she cannot bring anyone back. Okay, very good. And this was pretty straightforward. Might take a couple hits because he is pretty tanky over there. Yeah, he did. Doolum absolutely did take him to G20. That is correct. Oh, very good point, Vontae. You know, Diablo and I were talking the other day that I don't know why, but I always forget that about Mephisto. Always. I never remember that you cannot have any revives with him. All right. So with that being said, we're going to jump in here and we're going to roll the dice. This is that match that it either goes your way or it does not go your way. Because Storm will either get stunned or she will not get stunned. Okay, now there goes Pav. Okay. All right, who's getting stunned? All right, Storm is. So that is absolutely going to eliminate our one shot, which is fine. It is what it is. That's one of those matches that you either get lucky or you don't. And I will tell you this. My opponents have one-shot that room with Immortal X-Men every single round this season. And I think my Storm gets stunned about 20% of the time. So we're going to try it again. If she gets stunned again, then we'll try it again. Okay, let's see what happens. Nope. She didn't get stunned. All right. So let's see if we can get anywhere here. Or if Pav is going to ruin this with all the slows. Okay, there we go. All right, let's get in here with Jean. All right. Oh, let's drag them all together. Yeah, this room has a ton of RNG. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And for me, it's such a coin flip because I go pretty heavy on defense. Illuminati will easily beat this room, but Illuminati is really the only thing that I have that will convincingly beat Night Stalker. So it's kind of one of those things where I've got to flip the coin most of the time, and it seems like about 20% of the time it does not go my way. But I will absolutely take one drop to attack. It is what it is. We'll back out. I mean, it is super early, so he probably has not attacked. But we'll take a look at our defense. And you guys are actually kind of special because I totally forgot to hit record. So there's not going to be a video for anybody else to see round 3 Crucible. Because I don't know that you can go back into a live video and somehow make a video out of it, and I don't have time to research it. So you guys are the only ones who are going to get to see my last round of Season 15 Crucible. All right, so our defense for the last round, first 3 rooms, pretty straightforward. Last 3 rooms can cause a little bit of a hiccup. Obviously, Starjammers are going to pull Starjammers, and that's why they're there. But with that being said, we'll see. Can they one-shot it? Absolutely they can, but who knows? Maybe they'll also have to roll the dice in room 3, and they'll lose the coin flip once too. We'll just have to see. We are sitting at 2015, so if we win, will probably be 20-25 or something like that. So if we do have a 3-0 or 5-0 or whatever, actually, maybe like even 4-1 in the U32, we may move into Grandmasters. Yes, that's very true. That's very true, Edders. I'm very new to this when it comes to live streaming, but I totally forgot that the video will actually be posted as a live that people can go back and watch. All right. So Crucible's done. I am pretty happy with that. One dropped attack I can live with for sure. And then the only other thing I have on the agenda tonight is to do some Professor X testing, unless there's anything that you guys are needing. If you guys have any questions or are needing any information about anything, I'll certainly jump in there and try to help you figure it out. So, I've had a lot of people asking me to test Kang, and I finally took him to G20 today, so we are going to do some testing with Kang, and I think that most of the people that have been asking me for Kang, that this is what they're the team comp that they're interested in. So we're going to try this, but before we do, I'm going to bounce out of here and kind of start this little intro. Hey guys, we are back with another video on testing Professor X. We did bring up Kang to G20 today. I know a lot of you guys out there have been asking for some testing with Kang. So look no further, it is here today. And I'm very excited about having Kang at G20 because you know I love Crucible and I love Cabal. And I think Kang's going to be viable for a long time. So we're going to jump in here and we are going to try him out. Now, with that being said, we are in the middle of a live. So if you see me talking to some of the people in chat, that's why. I'm not losing my mind and talking to myself. All right, so let's jump in here and try this out. The Kahori node is by far the worst, in my opinion, in the Cosmic Villain section. All right. Okay. I'll tell you what, Vontae, I wish I had some good advice for you. But I'm going to be completely honest with you. I have had him on the exact same war defensive team since the day that I got him. And our alliance isn't crazy competitive on war. So I haven't tried out a bunch of different options when it comes to him in war. So unfortunately, I'm not really going to have a whole lot of good advice on that. All right. So let's get over here. She's got ability block, so let's go right here with Kang's ultimate. Yeah, I can live with that. Okay, let's get in here with Carnage. We're going to go ahead and save his ultimate until the next drop. Okay, let's go ahead and do his ultimate. All right, now we've got the last Kahori and Miss Marvel Classic. So we're going to go ahead and use Shadow King's ult. Yeah, that's totally understandable. So, how many people in the chat have gotten Professor X so far? Let me know how many of you guys have him so far. I'm very curious. I'm starting to see, I think I've got 6 in my Arena Shard now that have him. All right, let's get in here after Miss Marvel Classic. Her taunt has gone away, so we're going to go after Kahori. Get ability block on her. All right, and we're back on Miss Marvel Classic again. Get the speed up on Noel, we'll take it. Okay, very good. I like it. Kang putting in work. Yeah, I'm going to say up until like literally the last 3 days of the Professor X trials, there were only 3. And then like the last couple days, 3 more people in my Arena Shard ended up getting Professor X. All right, so Kang worked absolutely perfect on that node. And in my opinion, that's the hardest Cosmic Villain node. So I don't foresee we're going to have any issues, but we are going to continue on just in case. All right. Yeah, I find it to be kind of strange, if I'm being completely honest, because with somebody who was so, I would assume was supposed to be so game-changing like Professor X, which he absolutely was when he first came out. It is crazy to me that they're like the very first Cosmic Crucible team that they released after Professor X completely obliterates him. Like that's very surprising to me. Quite frankly, that's why I did not try them on First Attack yesterday, because the idea of them being able to one-shot a Professor X and Odin team comp in Crucible just seemed insane to me. So it is what it is, that's for sure. All right. Yeah, this node is probably not going to be much problems. Yeah, I'm going to be advocating big time for Kang at G20, by the way. All right, let's go ahead and do his ultimate. You know, Vontae, I really honestly think I only used Professor X on offense the very first week that I got him. The first weekend that I got him in Crucible, excuse me, I used him on offense all 3 rounds. And since then, I've pretty much had him on defense most of the time. Because there are ways to beat him on defense. However, the higher I get in Crucible, it seems like the heavier people go on defense. So it's getting to be more difficult the way that people spread their offense so thin that it seems like having Professor X on defense makes it to where one of the easier rooms end up getting dropped because everybody's using everything in the Professor X room. Now, we'll have to see how the next season goes. Obviously, it's definitely not going to be the situation in U32. We're going to be so heavily offensive in U32, it's definitely going to be coming down 100% to efficiency. All right, so we are in the last node here with the Kang, and that went way better than it did the last time we were testing. All right. Kang's got to stay alive. This ends up being the node that can cause a lot of problems because of Gambit's nonsense. Yep, there he goes. This may be a situation where we have to reset this a couple times and get the right RNG, or he just may not be able to survive through this because we cannot get to Gambit quick enough. We'll have to see. Yeah, you know, I have absolutely been putting, for me, I've been saving Mephisto for offense. I have found that Mephisto is way more flexible against Professor X. However, now that we have a cursed, I don't know that that's really going to matter anymore. And now with Fantastic Four coming out, they're definitely going to change the meta in Cosmic Crucible for sure. So it's going to be very interesting because they're definitely going to be very impactful in Cosmic Crucible as well as Arena. You know, probably War, but I don't really pay a whole lot of attention to War. But I would assume that they're going to have an impact there as well. Franklin is insane. All right. Let's see if we can keep Kang alive. Nope. Okay. I don't know. We might have to throw somebody else in here that's a little faster in order to be able to use Kang. Yeah, we really do, Vontae, for sure. And I'm going to tell you right now, I am a huge proponent on 8 rooms in Crucible. And I know a lot of people may think I'm crazy because I don't have a huge roster. I've only been playing for 9 or 10 months, so I don't have a super wide roster. Like, I don't have new Warriors built. I don't have any of those older teams built. But I think 8 rooms in Crucible would spread it out enough where there wasn't so much offense. I doubt it, Paul. I doubt it. I know that a couple of the envoys that I've talked to have mentioned to me when I've brought that up that they've been talking about that for a while, and it hasn't seemed like that's something that they're interested in doing. And I understand why, because if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, it would really be detrimental to newer players. If you put 8 rooms in Crucible, newer players would struggle severely in there because they just don't have big enough rosters. So I think that probably has a lot to do with it. Since I've been an envoy, it hasn't been discussed, so I don't know if that's even something that's on their minds, but I can tell you if they ever ask about it, I'm voting 100% yes. All right, let's see here. I would like the idea of getting something to work in here. I don't know. Maybe we take out Gore or take out Null and put in Gladiator. Maybe if we can get them to push Thanos, his passive will wipe everyone. Obviously, we know if we bring in Mephisto, he's very easily going to... you can clear this with any team comp if you have Mephisto, but the idea is to do it without Mephisto, so... Yeah, I could definitely see that being an issue too, because now that you mention that, whenever I was first starting, it seemed like I'm going to say probably 2 out of every 3 of my matches were forfeits because nobody ever attacked. All right, I think we're going to go over here. Okay, let's get in here with his special. Okay, let's get in here with his ultimate. We've got to get to the gambits if we're going to have a chance to get through this. Okay. And I don't really know if we're going to be able to get to them, but we're going to keep trying. Because I know there's a lot of people out there that want to use Kang. Okay. Let's try that again. We'll keep trying. I have a lot of patience. We will definitely find a team comp that works. It very well could. Max, if this attack doesn't work, I will actually do that. We'll test that out. Okay. Let's go ahead and get over here. Okay, we got the crit. Okay, let's go ahead and stay over here for now. Maybe we can get rid of Gambit here in a minute. All right, very good. That right there, honestly, is what we were needing for them to push Thanos. Okay. Well, let's jump in and make him a fortifier. I do not think I have him at a fortifier, so we'll have to jump over and do that, I would assume. But let's try it. Yeah, I still have not brought Doctor Strange to G20. I did bring up Agatha today, so we're going to be doing some testing with her as well. All right. Oops. Wrong button. All right. All right, very good. Let's go on there and try this. Let's see if we can get them to focus on someone else. All right. I think we're going to move him up too. All right. Let's see how this goes. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Vontae. I appreciate it. I hope you have an awesome evening. All right. Very good. That was a great idea, Max. Making him a fortifier, I think, is going to make all the difference. Okay, let's get over here with his special. Like to get rid of Green Goblin. Okay, he's gone. Very good. They're getting really, really close to pushing Thanos. Man, I cannot stand Gambit so much. There we go. That's what we needed. Okay. Let's go ahead and use his ultimate and get rid of the Gambits. Okay. Perfect. Okay, let's get in here with his special. And we should have Shadow King's ultimate coming up pretty quick. All right, there it is. They put the two most irritating characters in this node, Gambit and Panda. All right, let's get in here with his ultimate. See if we can rip away some of this nonsense. There we go. All right. Did we finally get rid of the Panda? He's gone. Panda is gone. Okay, let's go ahead and get Taunt back up. Okay. He's blinded, so that's going to do nothing. We're going to go over here with his special. Okay. Well, the moral of the story is, with that team comp, make Kang a fortifier, and it works perfect. I don't like him either. And, you know, Paul, I did not, kind of the same thing. Hive Mind was on their way out when I came into the game. So I built up Void Knight a little bit so that I could actually, use him for the raids. But outside of that, I'm not very keen on him either. All right, with him as a fortifier, let's throw Null back in here and see if we can make this work with Null, because I know a lot of people were asking me for this team comp. All right. There we go. That definitely helped. And let's get in here. Hey, we're going to try, Max, for sure. All right, let's go ahead and get the battlefield effect out there right out of the gate and get rid of the gambits as quickly as possible. Perfect. All right. The biggest nemesis for Kang on this node are the gambits. If they stick around, they will beat him to death. Okay, let's go ahead and use his ultimate. Perfect. So that makes all the difference. Using him as a fortifier, it's going to keep him alive to take his first turn. And he's going to heal himself as soon as he does. So this is very, very good news. All right, let's go ahead and use his ultimate. And we're going to go ahead and get Carnage out here to finish this off. Let's get rid of the big hairy guy. There he goes. All right. So it worked even more fluid with Null in there. Guys, just make Kang a fortifier. And thank Max for coming up with that idea, because it worked perfectly. All right. So guys, if you got any value out of this video, make sure that you hit that like button, hit that subscribe, slap that notification bell around. And if you think any of your friends or alliance mates could get some value out of this, make sure you share it with them. And until the next video, stay positive and enjoy the game, guys. All right, so that video is recorded and done. Thank you guys for being live stream test dummies during that recording. You were my studio audience. All right. So now, oh, I don't even remember. She's definitely cosmic. Yeah, absolutely, Max. My pleasure, brother. I'm glad it can be of help to anyone. That's why I do it. I love being able to help the community any way I can. All right. I'm losing my mind. No. Here. There we go. Is she global? She is global. I mean, I don't know that it's necessary to do a testing video for Agatha. Honestly, the global villain section is so easy that I've only tested like 2 things that didn't work. I'm not going to make a video on it. We'll throw her in here for the heck of it. We'll take out LDS, and she's the big damage dealer, and throw in Agatha, but I can't imagine she's not going to work. All right. Let's try it. I'm sure she'll be absolutely fine and probably destroy everyone. But we'll see. I'll tell you what, she's brutal with those retaliates and assists. But she gone. Of course, this is like Cosmic Crucible all over. Hey, Max, have an awesome evening. I appreciate you joining. Yeah, on this node, you got to have a little more speed, so probably need to swap out somebody else and leave LDS in. Oh, let's see. We'll get rid of Sentinel and put LDS in, and that should be just fine. Guys, do you have anything else that you have any questions about or anything of that nature? If you don't, I'll probably shut this down after this testing. I don't like to set you guys on here while I play around in the game for an hour and a half. I know your time is super valuable. I appreciate you spending some time with me tonight. Okay. Yeah, that's going to make all the difference for sure. Having LDS in there to go first is a big deal. But we will jump into Crucible before we sign off just to see if there's any possibility our opponent has attacked yet. I don't know. Maybe she won't work. Maybe she slows the team down too much. So she might not be, she might be one of the few that do not work unless you have the perfect. ZKG, what's going on, brother? You know, it seems like you drive a lot. Did you work today? Yeah, Agatha might not work that well. I'm sure with the right team comp we can get her to work, but honestly, I've had nobody ask me to test her out. I just brought her up to G20 because I wanted to be able to use her in Crucible. I appreciate you stopping by, brother. Hey, I appreciate it, Paul. Thank you very much, my man. I don't know. Is there anything else you guys are wanting to see? Do we want to do Oh, okay, sweet. You guys want to try a danger room on D10 for the heck of it? We certainly can do that. Oh, I guess I can go ahead and grab all my gold orbs here too while we're on here. Okay, there's that. Red Phoenix, looks like I've got a little bit here. Yeah, let's jump over here. Oh yeah, I probably need to do negative zone today too. I keep forgetting about that. All right. Okay, so we're going to try D10 with only the free thing selected here. Essentially, the one that I'm concerned about is 3, making blood essentially, or blade essentially a accursed. And let's see if we can beat it without any of this other stuff on, for the fun of it. ZKG, I literally, let's see. I've never even looked at the leaderboard. I beat level 10. And I didn't play it again after that. I've been so busy. But let's jump on here and see if we can get through it without. So we're going to start off with Satana and Blade. Where are you ranked, ZKG? I didn't even look. Are you in the top 10? I'm definitely not. I'm close, like 3,600 or so. Yeah, I think I've played level 10, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. And I have not activated any of the scourges or anything. And I've only gotten through it once. But to be fair, that was also before I had Satana. And I think she's 2 diamond, and it makes a big difference with her big, especially if you get access to hers. Yeah, I really don't even know how you get more than 103. Maybe you have to do like all allies spawn with immunity. Yeah, we're definitely going with that. Okay. These types of things are always so funny to me. The people that you're going up against. And a lot of times the ones that destroy you, you don't even play with because they're so horrible. Nice. Nice, Paul. On kill, occur size gain, speed up, and offense up. Yep, that's a good one. Okay, let's go ahead and go straight and select this, and hopefully perfect. We'll get Helverine, which we definitely want. I think it's probably too early to do that. Yeah, what the heck. Let's live on the edge. Let's see how it goes. Can you guys hear my cat screaming at me? I usually feed him at 6 o'clock, and of course it's 5:15, and he thinks he's starving to death. Like he's never had food. He's scratching on my office door right now. All right. Yeah, it may have been too early. But that's all right. We'll use his ultimate and see how that goes. Okay, let's go ahead and use his special. Okay. There we go. Hey, somebody survived. Yeah, I have a couple Bengal cats, and they are very loud and very aggressive when they're hungry. All right. Generate, no. When enemy drops below 50% of fill speed bar, yeah. I like that one. Yeah, that's very true. All right, let's see if on spawn, yes. We're going to go ahead and grab that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we don't have the capability to heal anyone, so we're done. I totally didn't realize that you have to have more than one in order to go. So we're going to go ahead and start over. Where are you at, Blade? Yeah, that was probably too early to try one of the epic rooms. So we're not going to do that again. I would say you're probably going to have scourges and stuff activated to go in that early. But I like the idea of trying to get through it without activating any of them. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. It's so comical being up against these people. Oh, goodness. For me, because Blade has the... By the way, Food, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Blade has the accursed trait. So, in my opinion, he's the best, for me so far, he's the best tune for D10 by far. Because he does so much damage and he has all the accursed traits. So any of these care packages that you select with the modifiers that are accursed, he gets the benefit of that as well. On enemy turn, if that character has bleed. And we're going to go ahead and go with the exposed. Okay. Very good. All right. He actually does very, very well. And as you progress into this and you get the capability to generate ability energy from some of these modifiers, it makes it ridiculous. On spawn, allies bury it. Now we're going to use the offense up for sure. Okay, let's continue on here. We'll take Hood. Would have preferred Helverine, but Hood will do. We're going to go ahead and select the health because I am not prepared to go into one of those battles yet. All right, let's get in here. We'll throw Hood in here. Yeah, he's done very well for me for sure. Yeah, welcome to the team, Hood. Go ahead and get stunned right out of the gate. Okay. Let's go ahead and get rid of him as quickly as possible. We're going to go ahead and use her special. Okay, let's get over here with Blade's ultimate. Okay. Got to get rid of him. Very good. I've been playing about I think roughly 9 months. Somewhere between 9 and 10 months. And I would say if you've been playing about a year and you're 105 and you don't spend any money, that's pretty darn good. All right. we're going to go ahead and bring Satana back to life. On kill, adjustments, game trauma. Yeah, we're going to do that for sure. We're definitely skipping that. Okay, let's go ahead and heal her. We're going to go here. Yeah, sometimes there are really good values and they do justify spending. I know that there's every now and then it seems like Scopely makes an error on the store or something and they throw out an offer that's just too good to pass up. So I definitely think that there's probably way more light spenders than you would think that there are, just because they don't pass up on those really good deals. And I think there's a lot of people that buy the battle passes. Now, I would say there's probably quite a few people that buy a few here and there and don't buy every single one of them. But the battle passes, for the most part, I find that they have pretty good value. There have been a few that I thought had very bad value, but for the most part, they seem to be worth it. 10% damage, yes, we're definitely going to get that. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to jump up here and see if we can grab another character, maybe. Nope. When an ally drops below, on spawn, allies gain defense up and safeguard. We will take that. Okay, we're going to skip that for sure. We are not ready. All right, can we get Helverine? No, we cannot, but we can get Jugs. And we'll take Jugs for now. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, that's understandable. If I buy them, which I do most of the time, I always do the $20 pass. Oh, let's see. I definitely don't want to be dealing with all of that. Let's go ahead and use his ultimate down the middle. Like to get rid of Green Goblin. Okay. Let's go ahead and use her basic. This should heal up Hood a little bit. All right. Just need everybody to live through that. Okay, let's go ahead and get that back up over there. Very good. All right, we're going to go ahead and use her ult and get some healing going for her and Hood. Oh, yeah, that is a really good value, actually. If I didn't already have him at 7 red, I absolutely would have gotten that calendar without a doubt. But I really don't need the gear because I'm going to be placing in the top 200 of the current leaderboard. So I'm going to get a ton of mutant gear. So I didn't get it, but if the current leaderboard wasn't mutant and I didn't already have Omega Red at 7 red, then I absolutely would have grabbed that calendar. I think they should have made the calendar a different type of gear. Because if it would have been bio or something to be able to be used for the Fantastic Four, then I probably would have gotten it. But with it being mutant, and that's what's on the leaderboard right now, it kind of seemed redundant for me. On kill, allies gain offense up. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. We really need Helverine. And we're really not getting him. But we'll take Songbird instead. Okay. So what do you guys think? Do you think that we will get through this without having any of the Scourges active? I'm going to be honest. If we don't get Helverine, I think we're going to struggle to get through this. I think we're going to go maybe here with his ultimate. Very good. All right, we're going to use her ultimate. Yeah, that's awesome, Edders. If I didn't, I currently really don't have any, I don't have any mutants that I really need to take to G20. The only reason why, well, obviously I want the 3 diamonds for Omega Red, for sure. But I'm also very excited about getting the gear because I think, and by the way, I always have to say this, I do not have any inside information on this. But this is literally just based off of timing and what we know is going on. I think the team after Fantastic Four is going to be Hellfire Club. And I think most of them are going to be mutant. So just a heads up, Hellfire Club has to be coming out at some point in time in the near future because we voted for Azazel a long time ago. And most of them are going to be mutant. So just a heads up, save your mutant gear. Let's try this again. My rule on Danger Room is if I attempt it twice and don't beat it, then I end my run. So we're going to go here. Yeah. And we're definitely not going to beat it. So, we didn't make it. It's very difficult to get through if you don't pull Helverine. But I have found that anytime I pick Helverine and Satana at the beginning, they never give me Blade. So I started choosing Blade, but either way, it is what it is. All right. Well, we did not make it. Guys, it's getting to be about 5:30. I'm not going to keep you on here all day long. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I'm going to try to start doing at least a couple lives a month. So be on the lookout for that. And also, if you're not part of the Discord, there will be a link in the description of this video. If you want to join that, feel free. And this is kind of for everybody that's going to watch it later, because I know most of you guys that are in here are part of it. But I'll keep you up to date on when our next live is going to be coming out. And until then, guys, I really don't have anything else to go over tonight. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And until the next one, you know the drill. Stay positive and enjoy the game, guys. I'll see you next time.